It's census time, and every 10 years, the federal government conducts a population count of everyone in the United States. Here to tell us more today about why it matters to us here in Tacoma is Anita Gallagher from the City Manager's Office. Good morning, Anita.
Thank you so much for having me today, Angie.
Yeah, we're glad that you could be here. So can you share with us, why is it important for Tacoma residents to take part in the census?
So Angie, as you mentioned, the census only happens once every 10 years. So many important decisions are based off of that data.
Yeah.
So the data determines how $675 billion of federal funds will be spent and pushed out to communities. As you know, that funding includes transportation, education, housing, lots of really important public health programs. And some of those programs are programs that we administer at the City of Tacoma and grants that we apply for to complete major transportation projects. So it's very important for our residents to be counted.
Absolutely.
Additionally, it also dictates how congressional and state districts are drawn.
Yeah.
So those are redrawn every 10 years, and it's so important to get an accurate count of our community so we can make sure that everyone is appropriately represented at all the levels of government.
Absolutely. What kind of timelines are involved? When does the census roll out, and what's the deadline for folks to be able to take advantage of the survey?
So the good thing is you have a lot of time to complete the census, and you don't have to leave the comfort of your home to do it.
Yeah.
So the census will be mailing out information to households between March 12th and 20th.
Okay.
And in that package, there will be a lot of information about the 3 different ways that you can fill out the census. And they'll be counting folks in between March and the end of April.
Okay.
And then in May, if a household hasn't responded to the census, they will actually deploy an employee to come to your home, knock on your door, and ask you the questions.
Yeah.
And there's only 10 questions.
Okay.
So it's a really quick and easy survey to fill out.
And if somebody does come and visit a residence, what kind of questions are they not going to be asking for?
Yes, and thank you for asking me that. So I think last year there was a lot of misinformation and concern out there about the citizenship question. So a court has ruled that that question cannot be included on the census. So it's still going to be just the basic questions, whether you rent or own, age, race, gender, those sorts of questions. And the great thing too is that there are 59 different languages supported by the census, in addition to Braille and American Sign Language.
Wow.
And so hopefully that will help reduce barriers to folks being able to be accurately counted.
And what are some other ways that Tacoma residents would be able to take the census? So we have, I understand in 2020 is the first time for the online portal.
You're correct, yeah. So this is really exciting. The Census Bureau hopes to collect 70% of responses via the online portal, which is 2020census.gov, which you can actually visit now to learn all kinds of cool information about the census and actually see the questions that are going to be asked. There's also traditionally the mail form that will arrive in the mailbox. That will still be a form available, and also by telephone as well.
Awesome.
And so there's 3 different ways to complete the census. And again, if folks don't complete the census in May, a census taker will be coming out to households.
Absolutely. And then is this mandatory?
It is mandatory, so technically by law, everyone is required to fill out the census. And again, it's really important that everyone be counted. The whole goal of the census is that everyone is counted and only counted once.
Yes.
Right? So we really hope that some of those hard to count communities like seniors, new parents sometimes forget to count their infant on the census.
Yeah.
Communities of color, immigrant communities, renters, all folks that have a risk of being undercounted. So it's really important that everyone kind of spread the word.
Yeah, so the message is to get out and be counted.
Absolutely.
So, Anita, thank you for taking the time to share with us about the 2020 census today.
Thank you for having me, Angie.
Awesome, thank you. Well, there you have it. Responding to the census should take less time than it takes for you to finish your morning coffee. For more information, visit the Pierce County Auditor's website. When we come back from the break, we're going to learn about the City of Tacoma's Community Cleanup Program. Stay with us.